হ্যালো এভরিওয়ান, সবাই কেমন আছেন? আশা করি সবাই ভালো আছেন। আমার
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. The action has already started. They appear to be shaping up in a 4-4-2 formation.
Reminders of a golden era in English football, I should add. And it continues to hold its place in the modern game. Playing a second striker runs the risk of being outnumbered in midfield, of course. So with the wider pairing and fullbacks, plenty of running has to be part of their play. And of course, the right service into the box.
And he's worked it through. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Batistuta. Shot could be on. Can he finish? Off the post. And that was very necessary.
সবাই ভিডিওটা লাইক করে দিয়েন, লাইক।
An instinctive delivery. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Hernes, searching pass he's played there. Oh, that's an excellent interception.
সবাই লাইক করে দিয়ে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দিয়েন।
Oh, good-looking ball. Threads one in.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Now then, the ball's come loose. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, that's a key interception. Robson! Oh, full marks for that effort.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
Nakata plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. He's had a shot!
সবাই লাইক করে দিন, লাইক and সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দিন।
Roberto Carlos, up he goes! He's delivered all right! Devoid of any complexity, but boy was that certain.
Oh, it's a fantastic assist as well, Peter. Delivered at pace, the diversion, that's all that was needed.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now. Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Looking to play him in, and he's picked out the run. And he welcomes it in, and the shot! No mistake! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
কেমন আছেন কমেন্টে জানেন।
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
This possibly the last play of the half. And the referee brings the first half to a close. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Where do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, I think the manager should be pretty happy that his side managed to come in on level terms. Things seem to be going a little against them, but they stemmed the tide, got their equaliser, and I think we're in for an exciting second half now.
Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half. And we are already promptly back underway. Gerrard, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Well, that has not gone well. While quality clearly deserted him at the crucial. Rodri cuts it out. And here's Gerrard. Oh, shooting chance! He's scored! And they're back in front! That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. It's Bale! That is special! Gareth Bale! A finish right from the top draw! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example.
And he shoots! And the keeper couldn't hold it. No, not quite. And it's Batistuta. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Well seen. Saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Nice interception. Well timed. And that has been clubbed away. Hernes. Knocks it into space. Here's Rodri. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Costa Curta is there to clear. And here's Batistuta.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet...
Great chance! He has done it! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
I just think this has been a lesson in character, togetherness and composure. I think most teams would have crumbled by now, but this refusal to give up is brilliant.
Khan claims comfortably. That's a pretty loose pass. Very much into the last knockings. Gerrard. Oh, that's fabulous. And it's hoisted clear.
Bangladesh really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Tries to pass it through. And the through ball. Oh, that's been cut out. Well played. That's that. The end. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Batistuta picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. Well, from behind, Jim, that is some win, isn't it?
Well, I've just got to give them...
সবাইকে লাইভ স্ট্রিমে আসার জন্য ধন্যবাদ। আর যারা নতুন আছেন তারা প্লিজ লাইক করে দিয়ে সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দিবেন, সাবস্ক্রাইব করে আমার পাশে থাকবেন।
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. There's the whistle.
In Paul Scholes, we have a player who can pull all the strings in midfield, one of England's best ever.
So unsung, but utterly appreciated by those he plays with.
Yeah, simply a master of passing, Peter. His ability to know what's going on around him at any given time makes him such a clever and
Bale! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
লাইভে আসার জন্য ধন্যবাদ সবাই। গেম প্লে দেখতে থাকুন আর আমার সাথে খেলতে চাইলে কমেন্ট করে জানান।
And we have our very first corner. Scholes is there to clear. And now they can clear their lines. Well read, nice interception. And that's really well manoeuvred. Scholes. Cafu. Xavi Alonso. Oh, good take in a good area. Xavi Alonso. It's run loose here. Hakimi wins the duel this time. Van Bouten gets over and intercepts. He has found the way through. Cannavaro tries to clear. So we're still where we started right now. And here's Azar. And he's managed to get free. It's Azar! Oh, within an inch or two.
Oh, he just got it ever so slightly wrong, Peter. There wasn't much in that at all.
And reclaimed it in a trice. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And it's Bale. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well... Scholes with the cross. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. And now a sudden chance to counter. And he's there to retrieve it. Now that looks a decent ball. Bojan Krkic is in a really good position out wide. Cleared without complication. Serginho. Cafu. And he's been shifted off it. And here's Messi. He's through. And Messi! Oh, it's a clear foul, and the referee's got a decision to make. No, the referee's judged that the offence took place outside the area. No second thought, a straight red card. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Perhaps the final meaningful act of the first half.
He's got to have a go at this, and it looks straightforward.
It's a threatening ball. He's having a shot! And the referee brings the first half to a close. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Some first half thoughts?
Well, there's one standout, Peter, that needs improving, and that's the passing. All too often it's been found wanting, you know, much to the frustration of everyone around. And I'd go so far as to say that it's the biggest contributor as to why we have the scoreline we do.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. And we're underway again.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
And the ball is out of play. Van Bouten picks it up from the goal kick. That is ended up in no man's land. Throw in. It's a good-looking delivery. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. Played out wide. And it's Bojan. And here's Scholes. Well, that is one way to stop him. Henderson. Good chance here! Ball driven towards the far post. Cannavaro gets it away. Takes a shot! Is it in? Yes, it's an own goal!
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Well, that's something you don't expect at a match like this, but I guess you have to take whatever way it comes, and very gratefully.
Alonso, great vision. Oh, that's wonderful alertness.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Rijkaard kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily.
Look that. It's good that someone knew exactly what they were doing.
And this is Messi.
Barcelona clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. And here's Stoichkov. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. And it's De Bruyne. It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves.
Now it's Haaland. Can he get on the end of this? Now it's Neymar. He's shifting through. Big chance! Goes for a shot! He has done it! And this is getting better and better. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
And that will be the final act. Well, here is a defeat that may hit them hard, and you can sense that all around us. Things going pretty awry, and the outcome in the end, virtually unavoidable. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Well, Peter,
চ্যানেলটা সাবস্ক্রাইব করে দিন ভাই। গেম প্লে ভালো লাগলে আমার সাথে খেলতে চাইলে কমেন্ট করেন। হ্যালো আসসালামু আলাইকুম। হ্যালো আসসালামু আলাইকুম, লাইভে আসার জন্য ধন্যবাদ। দেখতে থাকুন, ম্যাচটা তো হেরেই গেছে, আর কি দেখবেন এখন লাইভ শেষের দিক। বাহ, গোলকিপার বাহ, কি সুন্দর সেভ।